Hey, it's Patrick from the GarageBandGuide.com. No, really, it is me. Honest. In this video, I'm going to be checking out 3 brand new plugins from a brand new developer. What's more, all of these plugins are absolutely free. They sound great and you can download them today and start using them in your GarageBand for Mac projects. Let's dive in. The 3 plugins on offer here are KAPUT, which is a lo-fi tape saturation style of plugin, KORUSS, which despite its name doesn't just give a chorus effect, it also has flanger and vibrato functionality as well, and finally SAHARA, which is a simple to use but versatile distortion/saturation plugin. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video where I'll show you how you can download and install these free plugins. First up is KAPUT, which is a fantastically straightforward and lightweight tape saturation plugin. You've got all kinds of controls to play with here. You have different input sensitivity buttons. There's a bass boost button as well. You've got wobble depth controls and a toggle wobble on and off. Try saying that 3 times quickly. You can also toggle the 4 times oversampling on and off as well. You can toggle the stereo crosstalk functionality and the audible noise effect here as well. There's also a knob here that you can use to adjust the chance of volume dropouts, and you have input and output controls on the bottom here as well. So there are no presets available here, but you do have a whole lot of options open to you when it comes to designing your own sound. The track I've got it on here at the minute sounds great with KAPUT applied, and it can really change the whole feel of whatever sound you apply it to. KAPUT also sounds great on the master track, and again it can really change the overall feel and sound of your project. All in all, you've got loads of options open to you. I really like the straightforward design and controls on KAPUT. Highly recommended, definitely give this one a whirl. Next up, we have SAHARA, which was actually Engelen Audio's first ever bash at an AU plugin. Basically, what this is a simple to use but versatile distortion/saturation plugin. You have 4 different distortion algorithms to play with here, as well as controls for things like voltage bias, variable shape controls, and pre-processing EQ to quickly craft the exact distortion tone you need. I had a bit of trouble when I first loaded this thing up, as I kind of felt like it wasn't really doing anything to my track. That was until I discovered that you really need to crank the input gain right up in order to hear the distortion algorithms at work. You can use this handy input and output link button here to crank up the input volume without blowing your speakers up, and then when you get that up to a desired level of distortion, you can unlink and then adjust the output knob accordingly. Out of the distortion algorithms that are available here, I think I like the tape one the best. It gives a lovely, warm, crunchy tone to things, especially when you apply it to things like guitars. As you might imagine, SAHARA also sounds good on drum tracks. You can actually add a really subtle layer of distortion or saturation onto your drums, with this thing. As I said, it's quite hard to really push it and get an overly distorted sound. So if you're just looking for subtle little swathes of saturation added onto your drum sounds, then this is a really great, straightforward plugin that will absolutely do that for you. Last, but by no means least, is KORUSS, which, as I mentioned, despite the name, is not just a KORUSS plugin. It also does a fine job of giving you some flange and vibrato effects. This one does actually come with some presets, which are a great way to get an idea of what this thing is capable of. Once you're up and running and have found a preset you like the sound of, you can dive in and adjust things like the wave shape, the delay time, the LFO. You've also got a mix knob there, as well as depth, frequency, feedback, and phase controls. There's also a sheen toggle switch right in the middle there, which is actually a vintage exciter, which does a great job of adding that final finishing cherry on top of your lovely, tasty audio cake. Cake. Again, I've slapped this onto a guitar track and it sounds really, really good. You can actually get what I would consider quite a vintage KORUSS sound using this thing, and the depth of control on offer here means you can tweak and fiddle to your heart's content, or at least until you land on the sound you're looking for. KORUSS also works really well on things like synths and pads. Applying it to this track here has added a bit of depth and a bit of weight to the sound without destroying the feeling of it completely. So those are the 3 free plugins on offer here. Here's how to download and install them. You can grab all 3 of these plugins from the Engelen Audio website. You can find a link to that down in the description below. If you navigate to the plugins section of the website, you'll see the 3 on offer. Just click the download button next to any one of them and you'll be taken to the Engelen Audio Patreon page, which is where you'll be downloading from. No, you don't need to become a Patreon of Engelen Audio to grab these plugins. However, if you do enjoy them and do fancy supporting what these guys have got planned in the future, then do consider becoming a patron. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. You've got a bit of information about the plugin here and a wee link at the bottom. If you click on that, it will be downloaded to your Mac. All done, right? Well, no, not exactly. Chances are you'll run into the same issue that I did, in that your Mac won't let you open this file because it wasn't downloaded from the App Store or from an Apple certified website. Now don't panic, this is just all part of Apple's new security focused approach to the way that you can add files and install programs on your Mac. To install these plugins, go down to your System Preferences menu, go to Security and Privacy, and you'll see a message down here that says the last file you tried to open wasn't downloaded from the App Store or an identified developer. You will get the option to open the file anyway, which you want to go ahead and do. As you go through the install process, you'll even see a little message there from Engelen Audio mentioning the fact that because they are such a new developer, they don't have the identified developer or identified website status, and that's why you get the message from Apple telling you that your computer is going to burn and you'll need to throw it in the bin and buy a new one. You'd love that, Tim, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Tim? Alright, that's KAPUT, KORUSS and SAHARA, 3 fantastic free plugins from a great up-and-coming developer. Don't sleep on these are really useful plugins that I think you will really enjoy using in your GarageBand projects. Again, you'll find a link to Engelen Audio's website down in the description where you can get your hands on these awesome free plugins. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.